Yes.
It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 movies.
Okay. Jaden, we're gonna write this down. You have to solve your own problems and not get everyone else involved. Adding fractions. You'll have this on your homework tonight. Should be a review for most of you. A good little refresher. What do we have to make sure we have when we're adding fractions? What's the number one thing we have to make sure we have? Common denominators. The bottom numbers have to be the same. Very good, very good. It's in there. We just have to fish it out. We have to make them. Make sure you have common denominators. Very good. And I'll teach you how to get them if you don't have them. Common denominators. So let's write this down nice and neat so you can actually read your notes when you go back and refresh.
I can't see the top.
Adding fractions.
Adding fractions.
All right, number 2. Are we writing this down?
I forgot how to do fractions.
Do not add / subtract the denominators.
Common.
Do not add the denominator. So I don't want you to add the bottom numbers.
Oh, I put denominator.
Okay, Jordan, you keep that to yourself. Like tonight's homework, you actually had similar questions about 2 weeks ago on the homework. You had questions like this, and the number one thing I don't want you to do is add 5 plus 20. That's the number one thing we don't want you to do, is to add 5 plus 20. We want you to find a common denominator, and that's what I'm going to teach you today.
What does it say? I can't read.
All right, here's our first question. 1 over 8 plus 5 over 6. 1 over 8 plus 5 over 6. Good. Go for it. Okay, what is our common denominator between 8 and 6?
14. 2.
Smaller.
2.
Margarita? No. Okay, it's never, ever, ever, ever smaller than the numbers given. So the smallest number is 6. It can never be smaller than 6. Okay? So that's clue number 1. It can never be smaller than the numbers I give you. So it can never be 5 or 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if we don't know, this is how we do it. You start by writing down the multiples. So what's 8 times 1? 8. 8 times 2. 8 times 3. 8 times 4. All right. What's 8 times 1? 8 times 2. 8 times 3. That's, Jaden, all that I did. That's the only thing I've done. Okay, now let's do the 6. 6 times 1. 6 times 2. 6 times 3. Do they have any numbers right now in common? No, so we keep going. Okay. So 24 appears on both lines. Now, can you use a multiplication for this? Yes, you can. So we're going to circle the number that they have in common. In this case, they have Genesis. We should not be touching our iPads. They have 24 in common. So that's the number. Genesis, stop touching your iPad. Totally. All right, that's going to be our new denominator, 24. So we have 24 here and 24 here. You use the number that they have in common when you start multiplying. Okay? So they have 24 in common. That's the number that we use. Now, do I just write the 1 over here?
No, you multiply by the number you multiply.
Yeah.
24.
We cannot. We have to change it. You have to ask yourself on your multiplication table, 8 times what number equals 24? 3. So that's the number I'm going to use on the top. I'm going to multiply by 3. So because right here it's times 3, 8 times 3 equals 24, I have to do it to the top. What's 1 times 3? That's my new fraction. All right, let's do it to the bottom. 6 times what number equals 24? Very good. So that means on the top, I am also going to multiply by 4. What's 5 times 4? 20. So now these old fractions, I no longer use them. They don't exist anymore. I'm going to add the numerators, the top numbers. What's 3 plus 20? 23 over, what's our bottom number? 24. Now, for those of you who said 48 at the beginning, 48 does work, but you're going to have to simplify more than we didn't have to simplify. We're done. If you use 48 as your denominator, you're just adding more work. It works, but with more work. No one wants to deal with that. All right. We're okay? All right. Let's do another problem so we're all okay. It's okay. We have parent conferences coming up. So we will share. 7/12 plus 2/3. 7/12 plus 2/3. So we write it down. And then we ask ourselves, okay, we have to find a common denominator between 12 and 3. Can it be smaller than 3? No. Actually, cannot be smaller than 12. Smaller than your biggest number. So we start multiplying by 12. What's 12 times 1? 12 times 2. I'm probably going to stop right there. I have a feeling we're going to get close. Okay, 3. 3. 6, 9, 12.
15.
We could just say 12.
We could just say 12, right? So this is, if you're really good at your multiplication table, this is you do it in your head. Like you know that it's 12. If you struggle with your multiplication, this is actually really good practice. 12 times 1, 12 times 2. 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4. You write down your answers. And then you circle and you stop when you have a number in common. You can stop when you have a number in common. Some of you have the ability to do this in your head. Fantastic. That's where we should all be. So, you're going to set this equal to 12. Set this equal to 12 because that's the number they have in common. So, we're doing this. Now, if you can do this faster than I am, fantastic. All right. Did this change? No. So is this one going to change?
No.
All right. Let's go back one step. 12 times what is 12? Times 1. So what's 7 times 1? 7. So it doesn't change, right? Because we didn't change the bottom. Now this one, we definitely changed here. So 3 times what is 12?
4.
Very good. 3 times 4. Can I look that up on my multiplication table? Yes, Camila, I can look it up in my multiplication table. What's 2 times 4? 8. Okay, now we add our numerators. Add the top numbers. What's 7 plus 8?
15.
What's our denominator?
12.
It's improper. Let's fix it. So, to change an improper into a mixed number, we're going to take the top number in and the 12 out. Now this is the only time we actually do remainders in 7th grade. How many times, write this down. How many times is 12 going to 15? 1. What is 1 times 12?
12.
What's my remainder?
3.
Okay, stop. This is the only time we do remainders. Okay, so 15 over 12. This 1 right here, your top 1, becomes your whole number 1, like the big giant whole number.
Why?
Now your remainder becomes your numerator. So your remainder is the number on the top. And what is your denominator?
12.
It's still 12. So when you divide, and you're dealing with fractions, we like the remainder. Your remainder actually becomes your numerator.
That's cool.
Does anybody know what 1 and 3/12 actually equals to when you simplify it all the way?
1/4.
Yeah, very good. This is actually equal to really 1 and 1/4. Hopefully by the end of the week, everybody will be at this point. If you're not already there. Some of us are already there. All right, one more example. One fourth plus 2/6. 1/4 plus 2/6. Thank you. 1/4 plus 2/6.
1/4. We have to do another one?
So, what does 4 and 6 have in common?
12.
Good. What if I didn't know it was 12? What if I'm like, I'm not really good with my multiplication tables? That's okay.
You use a calculator.
No. A calculator won't actually give you the answer. Okay, so 4 times 1. 4. 4 times 2. 8. 4 times 3. 4 times 4. 16. I'll stop there. I don't know. Those are the numbers. So multiply by 6. 6 times 1.
6.
6 times 2.
12.
Oh, I can stop, right? Because what do they have in common?
12.
So I'm going to circle that. They have 12 in common. Yay! So now I'm going to use the 12. And I'm going to use the 12. All right, work one step ahead of me. Figure out the top numbers.
Do we do it myself?
Yeah, I would expect you to be like all done by now.
I'm done.
What'd you get?
7, 12.
Very good. Four times what number equals 12?
3.
Write it down. This is what I wanted you to do before I did. And then 6 times what number equals 12?
2.
This is what I wanted you to do before me. What's 1 times 3? 3. What's 2 times 2?
4.
All right. And now our very, very, very last step is to add the numerators. Our new numerators. 3 and the 4 give you 7 over 12. Yay! We did it. We did it. Now this is I think. Okay, let me go over how this works. Okay. Look at number 1. What is your answer for number 1? 24, right? Do you guys see the 24? Okay, so our answer is 24 here.
Yeah.
Now we have to find the answer 24 on the bottom section. Which of these have an answer of 24? Dark purple.
Oh, yeah, 24.
Yes. Okay, this answer is also 24, right? On dark purple, you also should have gone 24. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so number 1 is 24, and dark purple is 24. That means that on this worksheet, the number 1s will be colored dark purple. So when I see a number 1, I'm going to color it dark purple.
Why is that so
Okay? I'm going to pass out color pencil in a second, but I want you to understand. So
Why is it
number 1, you find your answer 24, and dark purple is also 24. What is your answer for number 3?
5.
5?
5. So we have to find the answer 5 at the bottom, which has an answer of 5.
Light blue.
Light blue. So that means that the number 3 is going to be colored light blue.
Did we do yellow?
I don't know how to put it.
Yeah. Okay?
Wait, is yellow 22?
There's no blue in mine. Oh, there it is.
Wait, Miss, how do we do the mean?
The mean?
Miss, how do we do the mean? I forgot.
We have to add.
Add and divide. I did all the means with you on Friday.
I didn't get yellow.
Where's yellow?
Or, yeah, yellow. I need more blue.
Let me check the time. You should be back, Genesis.
There is no 24.
No. Match the 24 at the bottom.
I got violet. Yes, sir.
Where is the answer 24 here?
That's blue.
No. I went over it. I told you. I colored it.
This is like the only thing that I don't think I have purple.
Dark purple?
Is this
I don't
work?
think I have purple. Oh, yeah.
Wait, Miss, what's the... Never mind.
Is this work?
Someone should be too blue.
Blue. This is purple.
Someone colored it.
Okay. So, Brandon, let's review what I just told the whole class.
Okay.
You colored. That's smart.
Dark purple, we said it was 24. Nowhere else on the bottom part should you see 24.
What?
Mode is the one that repeated the most. I only see 124 here. So that can't be the mode. Mode is the one that... So on red, which number repeats the most? Can you please tell me?
23.
23? 23, 23, 23. Okay, so change your answer to 23.
It is on 23.
Okay, so you have 24 on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so our answer for number 1 is 24. This is 24. What color is 24? Dark purple. So every time you see a number 1, you're going to color it dark purple.
Okay.
Go.